Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Run It Back. Before King of the Hill makes its big return on Hulu this August 4th, 2025, we've got a whole lot to cover. Whether you're a die-hard fan who grew up watching Hank Hill sell propane and propane accessories, or someone hearing about the show for the first time, this video is your ultimate guide to everything you need to know before the new season drops. From the history and legacy of the original series to the confirmed changes and returning characters in the revival, we're running it all back, Texas style. King of the Hill originally aired from 1997 to 2010 on Fox, spanning 13 seasons and 259 episodes. It was created by Mike Judge, also known for Beavis and Butthead, and Greg Daniels, who later became a major name behind The Office and Parks and Recreation. The show took place in the fictional town of Arlen, Texas, and focused on the life of Hank Hill, a propane salesman who's proud, honest, and old-fashioned, often struggling to understand a rapidly changing world. The show's dry humor, grounded storytelling, and deeply human characters made it stand out in a sea of wacky animated sitcoms. Instead of cutaway gags or outlandish plots, King of the Hill delivered quiet satire, emotional growth, and small but meaningful lessons about family, friendship, community, and identity.
Hi, Peggy. You're sweating like a pig.
Dale, if you block my sprinkle turn, I will take you down.
At the heart of the show is Hank Hill, moral, mild-mannered, and often hilariously inflexible when confronted with modern ideas. His wife, Peggy, is overconfident and proud of her substitute teaching career, especially her somewhat shaky Spanish. Bobby Hill, their son, is creative, quirky, and sensitive, traits that often leave Hank bewildered. The core friend group includes Dale Gribble, a chain-smoking conspiracy theorist, Boomhauer, the mumbling ladies' man, and Bill Dauterive, a kind but chronically depressed army barber. These characters, along with neighbors like Con and Min, an extended family like Cotton Hill and Luann Platter, made Arlen feel like a fully realized, lived-in world. While the animation style was plain by design, it matched the show's grounded tone perfectly.
Now come on, let's go kick some Mustang ass. Go Longhorns!
One of the show's biggest strengths was its ability to satirize both conservative and progressive values without resorting to mean-spiritedness. It dealt with real-world issues: immigration, gun ownership, feminism, religious extremism, and generational clashes, often in subtle ways. It was a show that found humor in awkward silences, mundane tasks, and the gap between intention and result. Episodes like Aisle 8A, where Hank helps Connie buy feminine hygiene products, or Pretty Pretty Dresses, which explores Bill's holiday depression, showed how King of the Hill could tackle serious topics while still being relatable and funny. It wasn't the loudest show on TV, but it was one of the smartest and most empathetic.
You mess with her, you mess with me. Now hand over the money.
Okay, all right, okay. We're cool, okay?
Over the years, King of the Hill built a loyal fan base that only grew with time. The show ended in 2010 with a heartfelt finale titled To Sirloin with Love, in which Hank and Bobby finally bonded over meat judging, a fitting close to their often complicated relationship. But even after its final episode, the show remained popular thanks to reruns and streaming. Fans appreciated how well the show aged. Many of the jokes and lessons still hit hard today. Whether it was poking fun at toxic masculinity or showing how parenting styles evolve, King of the Hill was always quietly ahead of its time. It's been referenced in everything from Family Guy to The Simpsons, and it even inspired memes and viral clips across the internet, proving its cultural relevance.
Oh, man, look at that. Return of the dang old king, man. Oh, wow. I'm getting a hug, okay? Emotional.
In January 2023, it was officially announced that King of the Hill would return on Hulu, with co-creators Mike Judge and Greg Daniels back at the helm. The revival will be produced by their animation company, Bandera Entertainment, and Season 14 is confirmed to premiere on August 4th, 2025, with all 10 episodes dropping at once. The most exciting part? The show picks up years after the original ended, meaning the characters have aged. This isn't a simple reboot. It's a continuation with real consequences and real-time past. That creative choice alone makes this revival one of the most ambitious animated returns in recent memory. In the revival, Bobby Hill is now 21 years old and living in Dallas, where he works as a professional chef. His journey into adulthood, and the ways he both clashes and connects with Hank, will be a major focus. Hank and Peggy have just returned from working overseas in Saudi Arabia, which explains their absence in Bobby's recent life and adds a layer of friction between them. Bill is in a worse emotional state than ever, looking unhealthy and directionless, while Boomhauer seems a bit more mature and reserved, possibly reflecting his age. Peggy is adapting to her son's independence while still trying to control his life in the way only Peggy Hill can.
Nobody talks about those poor scientists in Brazil and their experiments saving fruit bats' lives with cigarettes.
One of the most emotional aspects of this revival is the absence of voice actor Johnny Hardwick, who portrayed Dale Gribble. Hardwick passed away in August 2023, but had reportedly recorded dialogue for about 6 episodes before his death. After that, the role of Dale is taken over by Toby Huss, who originally voiced Khan, so the transition will be handled with care. The show is also addressing the real-life deaths of other actors. Brittany Murphy, who voiced Luann, passed in 2009, and Tom Petty, who voiced her husband Lucky, died in 2017. Their characters will be acknowledged respectfully but not recast. Sadly, Jonathan Joss, who voiced John Redcorn, passed away in 2025 and will appear posthumously in a few episodes.
Them's the wrong kind of nails. They're going to rust. You're going to need. And then he goes and gets his nails and then he starts like that.
Most of the original cast is back. Mike Judge returns as Hank and Boomhauer. Kathy Najimy as Peggy. Pamela Adlon as Bobby. Stephen Root as Bill, and Lauren Tom as Min and Connie. Ronnie Cheng steps in as the new voice of Khan Sufanusinphone, and the show is expected to introduce new characters to reflect Bobby's adult life and new surroundings in Dallas. Whether that means a love interest, co-workers, or rivals, Bobby's journey is set to take center stage in a way it never fully did when he was a kid.
Hey, why don't I give you a ride to school?
Nah, I'll ride my bike. Oh, Dad, my bike chain is busted.
Now that the characters in King of the Hill have aged and the show is continuing their lives in real time, fans have more than just nostalgia. They've got questions. For years, the original series left certain storylines open-ended, and this revival could finally provide some closure or new twists that shake up Arlen in unexpected ways. The biggest question on everyone's mind: whether Dale Gribble will finally discover the truth about Joseph's paternity. For the entire original run, Dale was hilariously oblivious to the fact that his wife Nancy had an affair with John Redcorn, resulting in their son Joseph, who, by the way, looks nothing like Dale. With characters now older and wiser, the revival could dive into the emotional fallout of Dale learning the truth, or possibly show that Joseph already knows and is grappling with that information himself. And speaking of Joseph, another question is whether his half-sister Kate, John Redcorn's daughter with another woman, will show up. She was introduced in the episode Untitled Blake McCormick Project, and her existence could open the door to deeper stories about Joseph's identity and the Redcorn family dynamic. Could Kate be brought into the story now that everyone's grown? Will she and Joseph connect over their shared bloodline? There's also unfinished emotional business when it comes to Luann and Lucky. Since Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty passed away, their characters won't return, but fans hope the revival respectfully acknowledges them. We do know that they have moved away from Arlen, but what happened to their daughter Gracie? A small update would go a long way in honoring their memory and giving fans peace of mind. Bobby and Connie's old relationship is also ripe for follow-up. Their young love was one of the show's most honest storylines, and even if they don't rekindle things romantically, a mature reunion, complete with grown-up awkwardness and maybe a little bit of heartache, would feel very in character. There's also Cotton Hill's legacy to consider. Cotton died during the original run, but we never got to fully see how Hank processed the loss of his loud, abusive, war-obsessed father. Now that Hank is older and reflecting on fatherhood himself, It would be powerful to see the show address how Cotton's impact still lingers in his life. Boomhauer's secret job as a Texas Ranger was revealed in the finale, but never explored. Fans are eager to see what that role looks like now, and whether Boomhauer's grown into more than just a smooth-talking ladies' man. Has he matured, or is he still cruising through life with charm and fast-talking wisdom? Bill's future is another big mystery. For most of the show, he was the group's punching bag, lonely, depressed, and forever heartbroken. Fans hope the revival will give him a win, whether it's a career change, self-respect, or even a chance at love. The guy's been through enough. The Souffle phones could also offer some powerful stories. With Connie now an adult, will we see if she pursued the academic success Con pushed so hard for? Has Min changed over time, or is she still chasing country club status? And is Con mellowing out now that he's older and a bit less bitter? And finally, what about John Redcorn? With the death of Jonathan Joss, we know he'll appear in at least some capacity. Will the show explore whether he regrets missing out on being a father to Joseph? Could he be trying to repair the past? Or will his legacy only live on through brief cameos? So that's your full breakdown of everything you need to know before King of the Hill returns this August. Whether you followed Hank's journey since the late 90s or you're just meeting Bobby for the first time, this revival is shaping up to be a respectful continuation of one of TV's most beloved animated series. A huge shout out and heartfelt thank you to our amazing Throwback Tier members, Peace by Chaos, Thicula, iCritic, Jeremy Bowen, Mr. Blanks, and Sonic and Leighton Fan. Your support means the world, and you're helping keep the nostalgia alive in a big way. I also want to thank all the other awesome members who support the channel. Whether you're new or you've been rocking with us from the beginning, I appreciate every single one of you. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our nostalgic deep dives. And until next time, keep the nostalgia alive.